should be live. We're live on the internet. I'm writing that in the chat. Oh, we lost the camera. What happened there? Well, I see. Gotta fix that. See if we can fix it. Oh boy. We're gonna try to fix it. This camera cable has been giving me trouble and has been disconnecting. Maybe it needs to be up here. It probably does. There we go. That should bring it back on. Maybe it will actually stay that way. I'm not sure. Is it still moving? It's moving. We're live on the internet right now. And this camera over here that I'm pointing at was disconnected. I came over here to fix it. But now I have to go back over there to see if I fixed it. I'll do that right now. Oh, yeah, we're back. Back in business, man. Back in business, people. Hopefully that won't come apart. And hopefully I won't fart. Well, it's Sunday night. Sunday night, June. It's not June. Oh man, huh? I threw an iPad over there and hooked it up to the system. It's pretty poor quality. It's an old iPad, and that's the selfie cam, but it does work, sort of. It's July the 2nd, 2023. And I'm on the air, waiting for someone to come into the chat. We're waiting here for you. Better check the headphones, make sure it's still giving us some sound here. Looks like our output already is 2 dB lower than it should be. We have so much going on here. There's no studio quite like it. No studio quite like the tubadylan live broadcast studio. Welcome. Welcome in. I hope to get one viewer tonight. After that political rant I did the other day about the Supreme Court decision on affirmative action, I may never have another viewer. We'll see. But I'm going to chill here and see what happens. At least until one of my family members comes in and says, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Well, we're trying to do stuff." Or, "Take your dog. Come on, get this dog." The dog often bothers them. So she'll probably be here eventually. Maybe I should see if I can post this stream on Facebook. I don't know if I want people on Facebook knowing that I'm doing this. That's kind of poor quality. Ooh, I just heard something. Click. The power might go out, then we're doomed. Doomed, I tell you, doomed. Look at all those wires. They're all attached to cameras, microphones, and things that make me be able to talk to you. And all I'm doing is chatting with myself because nobody has chimed in yet. Not one. It's okay though. That's the way it usually goes. One, two, three, test. Check, 1, 2. I think it's working okay. I think. What does this do? Can you watch this full screen? Yeah, you can. Whoa. That doesn't look too good full stream, does it? Full stream screen. I used to be able to speak, but I'm kind of an idiot now. Hey, we got a viewer. Excellent. Welcome to you, my first viewer of the night. Welcome to my show. Or whatever it is. It's good to see you on the stream. You can stick your cursor down there where it says chat with tubadylan and ask me anything. Or not, just watch. Don't have much to say tonight or any other night. But I'm here, I'm going to play around. Try out some of this stuff. Nothing ever works quite right in here, but that worked. Okay, some things work. Hey, Chris, good. You caught a stream. Yeah, you caught a stream. Welcome. That's great. I finally did a stream before midnight Eastern time. I gotta take these headphones off. See, I wear these to check the stream. They're connected to the iPad that's running my switcher, which includes the audio. But when I check that, I hear myself back about 1 second later as an echo, full volume. So I hear myself, so I hear myself, so I hear myself. Hear it, hear it, hear it, hear it, over and over. And it totally freaks me out and twists my brain around. But when I take these off and put the other ones on, this. Okay, I gotta turn these up. Ooh, that's staticky. I wonder where that's coming from. That's not good. Is that just the track? It's possible. I've got these backing tracks. Yeah, sometimes they add that static to the backing tracks. I hate that. All right, I think everything's working right. I think. So this is the live stream. I'm here to talk to you. I have no plan. I have no specific purpose. The kids decided to go do their own thing. The wife's doing her own thing. They're all here. So any second they could come in and disrupt whatever this is. We don't want that to happen unless they bring some interesting news. Then that would be fun. But yeah, we have no specific plan other than to talk to you guys. And I'm here to talk about anything. Life, the universe, tubas, trombones, trumpets. Let's try not to talk about French horns. Music in general, the internet, America. After all, it's Independence Weekend. Anybody doing anything for Independence Weekend? We don't really have anything planned, but we hear fireworks. They're shooting them off all around the woods around here. Well, I don't think I've showed my mouthpiece collection. I have a lot of mouthpieces. You want to see some of them? Yeah, let me show you some of them. I think I can do it with this iPad I have hooked up. It's sort of a remote camera. I don't have them all here. I have lots of mouthpieces downstairs in my music room, so it wouldn't be a thorough mouthpiece collection display, but that's a good thing to try. So let me see here. Let's switch it to the iPad camera that's in the back of the studio there, and I'll point at some of the mouthpieces I have laying around and tell you what I think of them while I'm on here. You figured I have a ton. I have less than you would think. Considering how many instruments I have, I don't have a ton of mouthpieces. I have, if I had to guess, I might guess 20 tuba mouthpieces. That would be a pretty good guess. But hey, let's go look back there and see what we have over there. Hold on one second. I'm going to switch the cameras around. As you can see, I have all these cameras around. But the one we want is this one. All right, let's check it out. Hey, you guys, walking towards this. So right now this iPad's on the turned around camera, but if I want to show you my mouthpieces, I think I gotta pick it up first of all, unplug it from this battery back up, and then flip it. That wasn't flipping it. This will flip it. There we go. So over here I have my piano, the piano that's up here at least, and some trumpets here. But yeah, here are some of my tuba mouthpieces. We need some better light in here. So let's go turn the lights on. The place is a bit of a mess right now. It's usually a mess. Oh, this is the funniest thing. Wow, look at that. Oh no, we're going into the infinite TV. Okay, that's enough of that. All right. Let's get some light over there. It's just a little light, but that will help. Okay. ET. All right, so here are some of my tuba mouthpieces back here. And I'll just hold this and try not to shake it too much. What do we have here? This one, a Miraphone TU33. Yeah, so this one, Miraphone TU33. That one came with my Bruckner tuba, I'm pretty sure. and haven't used it very much. It's fine, but just haven't tested it too much. What do we have here? This one is a Yamaha Japan 67B4. Man, I don't know which one this came with. I'm going to say that this one came with the 822F tube, perhaps. I'll have to look that one up. I don't use that one. These are mouthpieces I don't typically use much anymore. This is a Giddings and Webster. I can just tell by looking at it. And some of these are old, so they're hard to tell. It's hard to tell what they are because the markings are so light. I'm trying to look on it. You don't see it, but this guy. I'm going to say that this is the Giddings and Webster original Biamo, because look at how deep it is, and look at how gross. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, that's a cool mouthpiece if you want to just really play low stuff. But that's about all. Here we have the Hauser. Let's see, what is this called? The Salzmanberger #2 medium narrow. That's a pretty big mouthpiece too, for like a CC tuba. I kind of like this one. I've played this one quite a bit with the Bruckner and some other C tubas as an all-around double C tuba mouthpiece. I like that one. Here's another Yamaha. This is a Roger Bobo Symphony. Very similar, I think, to the Miraphone C4. Very comfortable gold rim. And well, now that Roger's gone, I treasure that even more. Here's another Hauser Salzmanberger one. It's the exact same one. I'm guessing that I have one in the American shank and one in the European shank. So that shows you how much I like that mouthpiece, that I have one in each. Here's Alan Baer, Giddings and Webster, the original. This has got a nice combination of being stainless steel and having a comfortable rim. I like that one, but I don't play that one much either. And here's a Mercer & Barker MB4. This is their big one. It's heavy. This is the heaviest one so far in the hand. And not bad. Not bad. It's over here in my haven't grown to absolutely love it section. Here's another Salzmanberger one. I couldn't tell you why I have 3 of them. Maybe I might have bought one by mistake. And this is a Super something. Lube Master. Yeah, these guys started making tuba mouthpieces and sent me one for free. I think these are the guys that make Monster Oil. And haven't used this one too much. But I'm not going to say I didn't like it. Now this one I actually really did like, and it's really weird. It's Long Island Brass Company. I don't even think it's marked. It was right when that company first started out. They also sent me one here for free. Oh, there's a little dog hair in there, I think, along with other goodies. Pretty gross. I should clean these. So that's what I have over here. There's a couple of mouthpieces on these horns. This one I really like. This is the Wedge. It's their F tuba mouthpiece. It was supposed to be gold plated. This is their solo F tuba mouthpiece. I love this mouthpiece, except that I don't know what happened, but when I got it, and I actually paid for this one, I'm just lazy and I never contacted them. It came with the raw brass rim, which is kind of awful. I don't know why. I ordered a silver plated one with a gold rim, And the gold wasn't even on it, as you can see. It's just raw brass. And this one plays wonderfully. It's very shallow, and I like the wedge idea. I use wedges quite a bit, probably most these days. But unfortunately, this one is the raw brass, so I don't know. It probably is bad for you. But I actually been playing that one here and there. And then this guy, I think this is the Wessex mouthpiece that came with my, yep, Bel Canto Wessex. Ew, boy, these close-ups do not look nice, do they? This is the Wessex that came with the Wessex British F tuba right here. And I don't know why it's in there. I'll put it over here so I don't bump it. That's what I have over here. And then I also have mouthpieces like in all my tuba bags and cases that are maybe more preferred. And then I have a row of mouthpieces that are mostly trumpets and trombones and things. I think there's some tuba ones in here too. Down here. Yeah, I've got some tuba ones here. This is a Giddings and Webster Roland Senspali. I think this is his F solo mouthpiece. I should probably test this one out a little more because I like the Giddings and Webster heavyweight feel. I have another Giddings and Webster right here. I think this is my stainless Bora. I like the titanium. Oh no, this is the, what did I say? Charada. Okay, that's the Charada. I think I have another Charada that I have up there that I use with my bass trombone. Works well as a bass trombone mouthpiece. Here's another one. This is probably the Bora. Yeah, this is the stainless Bora. I have a titanium Bora with my 822, which right now is in the car. When I brought it back from church, I played in church yesterday. When I brought it back, it was pouring rain. I got this one, Dennis Wick. I don't know what it is. #1. It's a tuba mouthpiece. I think it's got a very small shank. I don't know if I've even ever really played it. It goes like, it doesn't fit in any of my horns. Maybe it would fit on like the British F. Wow, this one's really light. What is this? Oh, this original Con Helleberg. Yeah, this, I think I got this in a case of a tuba that I bought. It was just in there. Haven't really ever used it. And here's my Roger Bobo Solo. It's like an F tuba. Roger Bobo mouthpiece. Yamaha. Yamaha makes the best stuff. Yamaha is probably my favorite company in the entire world for making instruments. They're just the most interesting and fantastic company. Here's a no-name branded mouthpiece. So I'm going to guess this came with either my M&M F tuba or some other Chinese thing I have, but I don't think I bought that. It came with something. And a Kelly plastic mouthpiece. I have no idea when I got that. This one I kind of treasure because this is, apparently these go for a lot because this company's gone now. The Loud LM12, which is the Tommy Johnson. Based on a C4, look how shallow, but it's even shallower. Look how shallow it is. This is the one that you're supposed to be able to play like the most decibels of any tuba mouthpiece. And you know, I don't doubt it. I've tried it. It's very loud, but it's not something you want to use if you're trying to be musical. That's a Paratucci. What's this one? Paratucci. I don't even know if you're still watching, but I'm going to just keep showing you because I like that question. Folks, this is for insurance purposes. I don't know. Does it have a marker on it that tells the model number? I think I used to play this one with my York Brunner. It's got a big shank. Back when I had very few mouthpieces and since it's a European thing, model Yorkbrunner, like barely anything fits. Oh, there goes the trumpet mouthpiece. Oh, we got trouble now. Who cares? It's trumpet. Oh yeah, here's my Schilke Hellberg 2. I bought this to play with my Yorkbrunner for sure. When Gene Picorni, I don't know if he still uses that, but he was using it with his Yorkbrunner and he recommended that. Let's see if we can find this trumpet mouthpiece in the sea of spaghetti. I'm sorry about all the shaky camera stuff. It's an iPad. It's probably the worst thing you could be watching in my fancy studio. But I happen to have it set up tonight, and that's a trumpet mouthpiece, huh? Something. It's a 7C. I don't even know. It's like a no-name brandy. NEMC. Don't know. That's about it for tuba mouthpieces that I have right now handy to look at in my collection. So I hope that was interesting for you. I'm glad you caught the stream and I was able to show you. If you're still on and still watching the shakiness, I'm going to put this camera back because I'm going to go back and sit down. But there you go. That was part of my mouthpiece collection, most of which are ones that I don't use commonly, because the ones that I use are in my mouthpiece cases that are actually like by the tubas that I play, which are downstairs. So I have like, I don't know, probably 7 or 8 that I haven't showed you that are all around too. But hey, there you go. That's what I had handy to show off. Let's go back and see if anyone else is watching. All right, we do have some people watching. This is so exciting. That means the sound must work and you weren't totally freaked out by my terrible iPad handling. Ooh, listen to that background music. That's pretty intense. All right, I'm back. Let me see what we got going on here in the chat. Mostly Chris here. He said, I figured you were like most of us and have a ton. I think you read the rims on the Salzmanberger mouthpieces. Wessex Bel Canto is surprisingly nice. Yeah, I like that one. It works great with the British F. Like that was a good pairing that Jonathan made with that Wessex. Those heavy shell Giddings are so cool. I've been wanting a Diablo forever. I'm always broke when they pop up. Yeah, I don't know why he doesn't do those again. Oh, wow, my camera died again. Let's go see what happened. Interesting. Yeah, I think that those are really good. Hold on one second here. I'm very OCD, so when I lose a camera, it freaks me out, and I got to go fix it. I'm trying to get this robot camera I have to work right after it sort of fell apart. So hold on one second. I'm going to go over there. Yeah, I mean, those Giddings and Websters are just some of my favorite all time. They just are loud and, I don't know, comfortable. The titanium Bora is my favorite all-time, all-around F-tuba mouthpiece. The only thing about it is if you're playing anything where you're going way up into the high range, like the double F, E-flat, like way up above the staff there, that's when I would switch to an even shallower mouthpiece. But other than that, the Bora to me is like the perfect F-tuba mouthpiece. I'm coming back here because my robot camera, I think, pulled out. Yep, pulled out again. It's this GH, what is this, a GH4 that's on this one? It's got this tiny little HDMI cable and it just doesn't want to cooperate and stay in there. I almost think I should tape it. It's a problem that a lot of these YouTube filmmakers have had over the years. I just haven't been able to get it to behave the way I want it to behave. And we'll see what happens. It's probably going to pull out again as the thing keeps moving back and forth. It's one of my favorite camera angles here too, but it's just such a sort of sensitive connection that it doesn't really want to work the way I hoped it would. But I have to fix it because I'm OCD crazy. So here we go, I'm coming back. And we'll see how long that lasts. But that's which camera is that? That should come back online. Here we go. That's this one. It's super cool when it works because it moves, you know? Well, I'm glad you like my collection. Hey, there's Randall, my guitar buddy. Those heavy shell. Well, I know absolutely nothing about mouthpieces, only the political ones. Yeah, these mini USB cables are trouble. Yeah, that's not a USB cable. It's a micro HDMI cable connected to a full-size HDMI cable that is going into a Sling Studio wireless hub, and the entire camera is on a robot. So if you look at my wide angle, you can see it there on the right. I guess I could point to the robot. Yeah, so I'm pointing at the robot right there as it's moving. See how it's slowly moving? It's an Edelchrome robot, and that has a remote control, and I can program it to move different speeds. So it pans and tilts, and it moves side to side. It's a really cool device. And I even put a crystal ball underneath it. If you see that right below it, you can see there's a crystal ball. It's right there. That's a crystal ball. And it's kind of floats on the bottom of the shot. See that? Looks like a little bubble. And if I tilt the camera down a little more, you see the crystal ball more, and it's probably even more interesting. Right now the camera is not tilted down very much. If I just move the crystal ball forward a little bit, it would probably gain some more screen real estate, but I don't know if I can, but I might be able to move it an inch forward and see if it gets into the shot more. Oh yeah, way more. That's wild. I just moved it like an inch and it's all the way there. Look at that. There you go. And so now I'm like in the crystal ball. It's like on the Disneyland ride when although that kind of stuff, that magical stuff is not real. Don't ever try it. But yeah, so there's the floating crystal ball. Is that cool? You guys like that? I don't know. I see it. Sound and video is good. I'm wearing headphones. Hey, thanks, Randall. Dieter. Yeah, so I've found a new friend here on YouTube. He's watching right now. Well, you're the only one watching, I think, which is fine. The tuba players just want to hear me talk about tubas, and that's it. And I don't know, I get kind of bored talking about tubas. The channel started as a tuba channel because I just started playing tuba into cameras when I first heard about YouTube. And that was way back when it started, 2007 or 2006 or I don't know, something like that. Way back when YouTube started, I had a camera. I sort of knew how to use it. I just set it up, and the first video I did on YouTube, you can look it up, just type in like tuba Star Spangled Banner. That was the first video I did. I figured, so you'd appreciate this, Randall, because you're a sports fan, hockey fan, and you know that up in Canada and here in the United States, before all sports games, the national anthem is performed. I'm watching this chord stretch thinking it's going to pop out any second and I'm going to go off screen. So far it hasn't popped out, but it's like right on the verge. I think I know how to fix that problem. think I'm going to go fix it now while I'm talking to you. Yeah, well, okay. But anyway, I was just saying the first video I did on YouTube, just on a whim, was the national anthem. Very first video. So I like to look back at that video and think that I did it right. Like, if you're going to start something, you give homage to your country. And for me, America's my country. And I appreciate the freedoms I have here. Even though there's less and less all the time. You got to face that. But yeah, that was the first one. I think I know how to fix this problem. And why not just fix it while I'm live? I'm here with you, Randall. So yeah, check that out. Just look at my videos, or just type in tuba national anthem or tubadylan national anthem. And it's me in my old LA studio when I used to do the film music. It's really poor, grainy quality. The funny thing is, that's one of the highest viewed tuba videos on the internet. That's not one of mine, which is Tuba Donald Trump. They stole the national anthem music from my video and did a little animation of Donald Trump playing the tuba, playing that national anthem that I used in that video. And that video has like 2 million views. And I never got a penny for that, and I didn't go after them for a copyright strike because I thought it was cool how they used it. And I didn't write the song anyway, so, you know, power to them. I kind of like it when people use my stuff, and I don't care. I've never given anyone a copyright strike for repeating my stuff, other than a few people who have stolen my entire videos of like reviews and content where I've spoken a lot and just reposted them under a different name. And when that's popped up, then I'll tell YouTube to take that down. But that's only happened a few times. I think I see a way to fix this. And since I think I can now, I'm going to do it. Duct tape fixes everything. Well, here I have these little ties. I'll show you because I have a camera, this wide camera, and I think you can kind of see me fix it. So I'm going to go over there and fix it right now. It shouldn't take more than a few seconds. And although it might ruin everything. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go over there right now. So now I can't see your texting, but you can keep chatting and I'll come and look at it when I come back over here. Yeah, so I'm over here on my sort of wide angle camera. Looks a little silly. Different view of my studio. If you're looking from here, you see my setup. That's where I work. Over here, this desk with all these screens and this thing. That's where I do all my voiceover work and my music supervising, licensing, all the video editing and things that I do to actually make dough. But over here is what we're worried about. Now see, I'm looking at this, and I think you can see this from this camera. This is the HDMI cable, this squiggly thing, and it's hitting the side of here. And when I was looking at this, I've got it with this bungee twisty thing. This is like the twisty things that used to come with like garbage bags before they built in little handles into garbage bags. You get those tiny little metal like paperclip twisty things with the paper around it, and you twist. But they make these now that you can twist and attach things. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, you know, if this was attached to this arm of the tripod, not this arm of the tripod, it wouldn't come across here and pull when it goes the other way. I was looking at it from the other angle. So I'm just going to detach it from here. Probably looking at the back of my head, you can see where I miss my terrible hair cutting skills. So like, I'm gonna detach it from here. I think maybe the reason I didn't is because the power cord doesn't quite reach. Where is that plugged in? That would be good to know. Oh, I see. That's kind of what they call a stretch. Well, that's no wonder. I'm still gonna put it here because I think we're gonna fix the main problem. And I'll have to come back and adjust that power cord another time. But I think if I just set it here, even though these cords are all under tension. You understand this. You you talk about guitar chords quite a bit, and when chords are under tension, it's not ideal. That might actually help. I'm going to leave that. We'll see. We'll see if that fixes it. I have no idea, but we'll see. Anyway, Randy, are you still there? Oh, good. Nice, cool setup. Yeah, you know, it's not bad. It's a little bit on the wacky side because when you have so much stuff, it's cool, but you also have lots of things that can go wrong. So with the audio and the video and everything else, I have many things that can go wrong. Here's my sort of my main camera. This is a Sony A7 III. That's actually shooting through a teleprompter that I never use, but I could, if I wanted to, put an iPad on that. I have two iPads over here that I never use, that I got solely for the purpose of turning into a teleprompter. Well, unfortunately, I never use it because what do I have to say that I need to read off a teleprompter? Nothing. I mean, I think for a while I was thinking I was going to do some sort of strange live stream where it's going to have backup music like this and like read Bible chapters, one per night on some other channel. This was kind of an idea I had, that I could pass it on to my kids and grandkids someday if YouTube was still around at the end of the world. It probably won't be, right? But still, I was thinking, oh, I'll just record one chapter of the Bible. This was just one of my thoughts of what I could do with this stuff per day for however many days it took. And then it would just be there, and my grandkids could sit there and listen and watch me do it. If I did it live, it wouldn't be perfect, but I could just record a voiceover doing it and just reading it like this. But if I was looking at the teleprompter reading it, it would almost look like I memorized it. I mean, I wouldn't tell anyone I memorized it, but, you know. Good thing I don't keep parakeets. No parakeets, but I do have 3 dogs. Yes, I have a small terrier, a small Chihuahua thingamajig dog that's just mixed of everything, and then my purebred, absolutely insane blue tick coonhound, who will probably make an appearance at some point because she will freak out the family and they are going to have to bring her up here because I'm the only one who can really control her. She's very loyal to me and she is slow and disobedient at times. I do love dogs though. We have 3 dogs here. Have you thought about taking a cable tie and tying the cable to the camera mount? A cable tie and tying the cable. It's doing a little better since I moved it, but it's still hanging up on that edge there. But it hasn't fallen off. It's still... Cable tie. That could help. I think if I perhaps pulled that cable closer to the tripod mount thing, that might take the tension off of it. Hey, let's try that. Let's try that. You guys are helping me out. I appreciate it. Let's go back over there. I have an idea. That was a great idea. Let's see if we can find another one of those twisty ties. Let's see if I can find another twisty tie here. I think I have some lying around here. I have some things that might work. Are they long enough? That one's not very long, but I may be able to use it. I keep these twisty ties twisted around some of these tripods. Oh yeah, here's a good one. I have two here. One pretty good one. I think that was a great idea. So I wonder, there's the back of my head again, right? Oh wow, look at what it is there. Did I just miss? I don't even know. Oh, my head is, look at that. The more, of course, to the side of that wide angle lens, the weirder it looks. Okay. I think maybe if I could get this part, you see it? Oh, my head's in the way. I want to show you guys. I think, so here's this cable, this is the HDMI cable. I think maybe if I could get it attached to the tripod part of it, like almost like hooked on like that, it might actually, yeah, it's causing even worse tension. And it might, I wonder, I kind of pull it in with this. Maybe just give it a little, like just hold it closer to it like that. I wonder if that will create less tension. See what I did there? Put this yellow thing there. That might keep it from going over here and keep it from pulling itself out. We'll see. See if that works. That would be cool if it did. I've had a kind of unusual career as a musician and then as a filmmaker and then sort of back to being somewhere in between, which is where I'm at right now. Let's see. Yeah, still on. And as it comes along, I think that the yellow cord is keeping it from hanging up on the edge. So that actually might help. We'll see. It's still on. It's working. And I pulled the crystal ball closer to get it in the shot, which is kind of cool. There's the crystal ball working there. Out of focus, of course. I'm back. Let me see what you guys are saying here. I've got my display is here. So if you didn't know, when you talk about cool setup, you haven't even seen the whole setup. I have all kinds of camera angles. So you can see, like from behind me here, this is me looking at you. Oh, hi. There's a camera right there. Pretty sweet camera, right? All my cameras are micro four thirds, pretty nice ones. GH4s and stuff. But yeah, and then this here is the YouTube feed, and this here is, those are your chat comments that I can look at right there. And I have two cameras that are meant for that particular thing, for chatting with you. I haven't even used yet. Here's my wide view. There we go. So right here I can sit and look at that screen and see your comments. Here we go. Let me just read. Let me catch up here with you guys. Sorry, I keep getting distracted because I'm total spaz sometimes on taking a cable. Thank you for fixing that for me. If you had birds flying around, they'd make quick work of your wiring. I'm sure you're right about that. When I was a kid, my grandparents had parakeets, and I really liked them. That seemed like something that a lot of people had back in the 70s and early 80s and stuff. And I haven't seen a lot of people that have parakeets these days, but yeah, I think that would be. I mean, I liked parakeets, but my dogs would catch them and kill them, so we can't do that. So, but from here, I have some other cameras here. This is my sort of main chat camera. I probably need a little more light on this side of my face here. That's sort of an issue with this camera, but that's. Or does it look cool to be a little shadowy? I think it's maybe cool to be a little shadowy. But if I sit here and talk to you, I also have a close-up camera that I hooked up. so I can show you things. For example, mouthpieces. If you ask questions about mouthpieces, like Chris did, if I had my mouthpieces right around here, what are we talking about here? It looks like a sunburn or shaving rash. It's probably a shaving rash. Yeah. So my son took my 1/2-inch attachment off of my razor. You know, it's like one of those regular barbershop razors, and he took the 1/2-inch little plastic part that makes it so it's not all the way shaving your hair off, and he lost it. He's 10 going on 5, so he lost it, and that was kind of a bummer. And so I've been shaving my head like straight with that razor, like all the way to my skin. It's not that comfortable, and it's sort of been scraping my head. I think that's what's going on back there. But yeah, I have a close-up camera here, so I can show people cool stuff close up. It'll even autofocus on like products and things like valve oil. Did I see that? I can do stuff like that. Let me catch up with the chat here, because you're actually chatting, which I love. Do you work late at night and mostly from home? Randall, I do. I work fully from home. I've been doing that full time since 2019, and I was working at home always part-time because I do most of my music scoring or licensing from home. I used to record my voiceovers in a studio with a recording engineer when I would do the voiceovers. I read books and books on tape and magazines and things like that. You wouldn't know from my live stream and my voice, but my actual recording voice sounds okay, and I'm a pretty good reader, so I can get through material quickly. I used to do all of that with a recording engineer, but now I just do it all myself, because I figured out that you can use one of these dog training clickers, and whenever you make a mistake, you just click it and it puts a big spike in your audio, and then you go back and just edit it. So it makes it pretty easy to do voiceovers on your own and edit. So I do that here as well. So yeah, I'm 100% at home now for my jobs. Let's see what else we got. Thanks for the scream. Oh, good night, Chris. I guess he's gone. How many cameras are set up? On this system right now, I have 11 cameras that I can switch to. You want to? I mean, I'm not even kidding. 11 cameras. Let me just finish reading through the chat here, and maybe I'll show you all 11. Yeah, I like the lighting. I have several different lights. I spent a lot of time making films, documentary type of films over all the years also. So I know a lot about cameras, a lot about lighting and those kind of things, and sound, both documentary style filmmaking sound, so kind of run and gun, and also studio sound. And back when I used to work as a musician full time, I would do studio work, so I knew a certain amount about microphones and things because I would use them to play and record. So I've learned all these things over just years of experience, and I've accumulated quite a lot. I don't know what to say. I have a lot of stuff. This particular room, this studio room, it's about 600 square feet, and it's over my garage. I have a large garage, so it's a 3-car garage, and it's meant to fit 3 Suburbans, or like large SUVs can fit in the garage down here below me. And so when I built this studio, I did as much sound treatment as I could, so there really is no echo or reverb whatsoever in here. It's almost the perfect studio, although, you know, I can get sound from the outside, not much, and they can hear me, especially if I'm mixing. So when I'm mixing in my main setup over there, and I have my monitor speakers pretty loud, my family can hear it, but they don't hear it that much. So, which is good, you know, that's good. I'm talking to the wrong camera here. I should put it on this one. This is the camera I'm looking at. I had it on that other camera. Let's see. 11 or 4. Do you know where your children are? It's 11:09. My kids have been staying up late because they're not in school right now. They're 12 and 10 years old, although my daughter's about to turn 13. You shaved your head only once. Well, you have great hair. So for me, my hair has been receding since I was about 18. I don't have the little yarmulke baldness that some people get right on the top, but it just has pushed back. And I don't like a comb over. Like I'm not one to fake things. I just like to be me, and I'm not really concerned so obviously about how much what I look like. I wish health-wise that I was in better shape. I've actually been much fatter than this, so I'm sort of slowly over the years I've been losing weight. I'm about 310 pounds now. My heaviest, I was 393. I really should be at, I'm 6'3.5", pushing 6'4", and I'm pretty big boned, O positive type of person. So my ideal weight at this, I mean, my doctor says my ideal weight is like 200 to 215, which is what I was in high school and college. But I think I'd be really happy if I was like 240, 250, but I've got a ways to go for that. But you've been inspiring me, Randall. You have been inspiring me. I would like to get in better shape, and I agree pretty much with all the things that you've been doing: the intermittent fasting, weightlifting, heavy cardio. I need to do more of those things. That would be very helpful for my health. Let's see what else we have. What's my preferred mouthpiece? Well, I like a company called Wedge, which is most tuba mouthpieces are a circle, almost like an exact circle. And I think he was a doctor and a musician, thought that, well, why don't we make a little more contoured so that the mouthpiece sort of fits on your lips in not a perfect circle, maybe like a more of an hourglass shaped. And they developed this mouthpiece called the Wedge that I've been using on all my contrabass tubas. They're over here, and I really like those. Let's see. Oh, material wise, titanium. I only have one, but my titanium Bora Giddings & Webster tuba is super light, super responsive, absolutely fantastic. I love titanium. Titanium's great. I have, as some of my backup survival supplies, I have, in my go bag, I have titanium silverware because it'll never rust, and it's just a really great material. So, wow, it'd be great to have a titanium bell on a tuba. That would be so cool. But yeah, titanium is my favorite material for a mouthpiece. Yeah, when I score, I use Logic. When I haven't scored anything, honestly, for 10 years. Seriously. And it's partly because, well, it's mainly because I don't need to. Unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, because the internet has gotten so fast, and oh, here they come. They're coming. I'm on live, just FYI. But there are people coming in here. Who's coming? Come on, you want to say hi? Yeah, I've got. I only have two viewers. They're friends. So yeah, come on in and say hi. My son's coming in here, Landon. You got to come around. You're sneaking. You're sneaking. You're sneaking. What? You don't want to be in there? I think they can see you though.
I just don't want.
Come over here.
I'm not wearing pants.
Oh, go throw on some shorts and then come back in.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's in his boxers, like no one would care, but I use Logic Audio, and I have Native Instrument keyboard that works great. Yeah, Randall, it is a real studio, although it's over my garage. And quiet area, yeah, because I have my house here. I'm on 2 acres that are my acres, but also I have 8 acres surrounding me on 3 sides that are non-buildable forest. He's back. He wants to show. Oh, yeah, just come on in here. We're using this lapel microphone, so you kind of have to come close to me if you want to be heard.
What microphone?
This little one right here.
That.
You want to talk about it? You're not going to use any bad words, are
No.
you? Okay, because he's been learning some bad words. We don't like that. Okay, come on over here. You want to show?
So I'm on live?
Yeah, you're on live. We're live right now. See the people talking to me here? Yeah, I was just telling them about my studio. What do you think about the studio?
I like the studio.
We're on that camera right there.
I like the studio. It's really cool. And we just got a new item from a thrift store that's a $430 mask. Can I show them?
Don't pick up the mask now. We're not gonna pick it because it's got kind of stuck there.
No, it's okay. I can put it back.
You know how to do it?
Yeah, I know how to do it.
Okay, he wants to show you one of your great treasure finds.
Yeah, I found this at Goodwill along.
It's just silly. I don't know. That 6'3" big bone 210 sounds about right. It's just getting pain. So, yeah, I mean 210 would be great. Then I'd be like fighting like swimmer shape.
So I would recommend this. Go to the Goodwill across Publix because I find lots of good stuff there, like Gucci, Louis Vuitton. And one time I was looking at the toy section when I found this mask right here, which is really cool because it's Predator,
wow.
and it's a $435 mask.
It's a very detailed mask. He found that. How much did we pay? How much did you pay for that? At Goodwill?
$14.
$14. Okay.
For a $435 mask.
That is a treasure. And Landon has been learning because his mother does that kind of as her side job. She goes to Goodwills and she treasure hunts. And Landon's been training and learning things. Can I take this back? Yeah. I don't know if he can hear me too well when that's on you. So let me put that back on me. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, Landon finds treasures. Do you know how to put that back on that tuba without wrecking the tuba or the mask? Okay. Yes. Okay. You never know. Dieter sees all. I know, man. Hey, Sailor Uranus.
What?
Too late, he's been seen. Good deal. Yeah, that was a great deal. Yeah. I'm talking to people who are chatting with me here.
It actually dropped.
I knew you were going to break. I knew you were going to drop it, but you didn't.
Break it.
Okay. Why don't you just leave it on the floor? I'll put it back up there later.
Nah, I got it.
Okay. He's trying to put it back up there. We'll see what happens. He wanted me to have it in here, which is really cool. He didn't, want to sell it.
I got it. Successful.
Yeah, it was a great deal. I mean, Landon's finding some pretty good stuff. We've found some pretty neat stuff on Goodwill. At Goodwill, nothing priceless. I used to find musical instruments, but they stopped keeping them in the stores. So now, whenever they get a musical instrument, they send it to some sort of central office and they sell those things on eBay. They realized that, when they would get a trumpet that was worth a couple $100 and they'd charge $40 for it, that they were kind of not getting as much money as they could. So you want to show off the new backpack that you saved up for?
So I just saved up for this $90 backpack. It's one of a kind. To show you, it's $90.
Oh, you don't have to show off the price tag. He's really into like getting deals, so he wants to show the numbers.
Well, it's kind of blurry, but
yeah, I know, because it's not on autofocus. That one's just focused on me.
Well,
but that's okay.
As you can see, it's $90.
That's a lot. You actually bought that with your own money, is that right?
Yes.
That is very impressive.
It comes with this cool golden dollar that's made by Spray Ground, and it's a really cool backpack.
It looks like a Willy Wonka invitation from a candy bar.
And on the tag, it actually is one of a kind because it says "Never produced again."
Wow! You can actually put things in it? Zips up?
Yeah, it does.
You wouldn't want to bring this backpack out in the rain or anything. This is more a collectible thing, huh?
It is a collectible thing. It is.
It has lots of cool little pockets in it. Look at this.
Be careful because the stuff on the inside is.
Look at that. It's got a pocket there, a pocket there, a pocket in the arm.
And the main pocket.
And there's a main pocket. You could put a laptop or something in it.
It's pretty small, but.
Who would want to use this though as an actual? Oh yeah, I see. You could probably put an iPad in there. And it's got a money sign on it. Did you know it had a money sign on it?
Yeah, it is a
Oh, and he's
designer.
holding a big wad of fat stack. Look at that. He's got a fat stack of cash there.
That's what I used to say when I had my money.
Oh, really?
A fat stack.
Yeah.
So,
You don't have any money now that you bought that.
No, I do have. I do have like $1,000 left.
Okay, you don't. Wow, not bad.
I've been counting and saving up.
That's crazy. That's good to save.
It is a designer though.
Okay. Wow. That's pretty cool, Landon. Pawn shop used to be good here, but their prices have gone way up. Yeah, I bet. Never had $90 when I was 10 or 12. Yeah, me neither. I didn't either. But he says he has $1,000. I don't know.
I'll show you.
No, you don't have to show. We don't want to see your money. It's fine. You don't want to show your money. You want to hide that money and not tell people about it so that it's private.
Well,
you don't want people to know.
You asked the question.
This guy here, my friend Randall here, he's Canadian.
Wait.
From Canada?
Randall Park?
That's not Randall Park. No. So,
Ah, dang it.
So, yeah, I don't know if I've told you, Randall. I think I may have told you. My best friend growing up, and you can look him up, is Randall Park, the actor, who's been in a bunch of movies and TV shows.
WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision, Aquaman, and he has a comedy on Netflix where he's the lead. He was in Blockbuster. He was on a ABC show called Fresh Off the Boat. I'm not a huge TV watcher, but my friend Randall Park. Yeah, look up. Yeah, okay, you looked up Randall Park. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, he's like, oh, here, show me the Randall Park WandaVision.
Oh.
It's down in there somewhere.
It's such a mess.
Can you get it without knocking everything over? I actually got his action figure because I saw it. I was like, no way! It's
and
Randy's.
Also introducing Mo.
It's Randy. So now I'm gonna get my close-up camera here.
The Three Stooges Mo.
That's Mo, yeah. But I got on my close-up camera. This is my Randall Park WandaVision action figure. That's actually him. Yeah. And so yeah, Randy and I, we were best friends growing up.
Are you still best friends?
I haven't seen him since I moved to Charlotte, so it's been 17, 18 years since I've seen Randy, but I'm sure we would be best friends if we run into each other. Again, I'm the first person to ever bring Randy onto a movie set, so I guarantee you he would be very happy to see me. And we were really good friends for a very long time. We went to elementary school, junior high, high school, and then even college at UCLA together.
I just got to say one thing before I put the sky back.
Yeah, what?
Bye, Felicia. Do you get it? Bye, Felicia.
Who's Felicia?
From Friday.
Well, that's from the movie Friday.
You don't remember?
I don't remember. I haven't watched that movie 18 times. I watched that
movie like 7 times, like 50,000 times.
7 or 50,000?
You never.
But what prompted the move to the Carolinas? That's a good question. Wasn't a Max Webster song, I'm guessing. No, I actually still work for my church, the Living Church of God. They hired me in 2007, and I wanted out of Hollywood. I had a lot of bad experiences in Hollywood. My family worked in Hollywood, so especially my mother, but my brother now works in Hollywood. Somewhat. I mean, my brother's a writer, but he now is writing for Hollywood. And I don't like the people. I don't like the environment. I don't like the left-leaning social aspect of it. There's so many things, and I really did want out. And when my church said they had a job in video production, even though it was like a crazy huge cut in pay, and it was actually when my career was finally launching, but as my career was launching, I was realizing that I don't really want to do it for a living. I see Landon dancing around with a mask back there. That's actually not a mask. That's a real stand-in thing from the Mac and Me movie. It was used in the movie as one of the Mac and Me characters' in some of the background scenes. Oh, here is the Hound. I knew you'd be here.
And here is
the Hound has
figure.
arrived. The Hound has arrived.
Here is.
She's down on the ground there. See her? Down there. Down there. What you got there? We're on live, just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, he has to go to bed.
What? It's time for him to go to bed?
That's the reason he came up here.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to get going soon.
All right, but here is a
Well,
Bob Ross
that's
figure.
not on that camera.
Where's
You want to
the
show
camera?
off this Bob Ross?
Here is the Bob Ross.
Don't put it that close. Here. If you want to, he wants to show the Bob Ross bobblehead.
I just found it at Goodwill. Show his legs.
Yeah. Oh, show his legs. What?
Cause he's.
Oh, he's sitting in the paint. Yeah, I bet Randall knows Bob Ross. I'm sure they played Bob Ross in Canada.
It doesn't even stand.
What prompted the move? Yeah, so I got hired by my church and moved out here, and then started dating my wife immediately. That was kind of a miracle. We ended up actually moving. She moved here from New York the same exact day I moved here from Los Angeles. So that was like, whoa, and started dating her right away. And we were married a year after I moved here. And the prices here, so when I first moved out here, I bought my first house for $150,000, which was insane. Like at that time, $150,000 would not buy you anything in Los Angeles at all, ever. I was renting a 2-bedroom, basically a house on the top of a business in a business district, so I had no neighbors. It was a plumbing business and had a Jack in the Box in my backyard. It was a crazy place to live. But I had paid $2,400 a month for that place where I had my music studio and I lived there. All rent, just getting flushed. And I moved out here and I got a house, my first house, for $150,000. Have upgraded the houses and now I have this beautiful house. It's a huge house, 4,500 square feet. I've got this studio and another 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, acres of woods all around me and quiet. It's just wonderful here. And California is the land of people pooping in the streets, and so I don't want to be there anymore. That's why I'm here.
Well, why are we going to California?
Oh, cool. Yeah, Barbara, why are we going to California? Because we still have family there. Yeah, we're going to California. I won't say exactly when because I don't like the internet to know when I do things, but at some point this summer in the near future, we are going back to California for a couple days, and then we're headed out to New Mexico where my dad lives in the mountains above Santa Fe, New Mexico, to see my dad, which I haven't seen my dad in like 5 years, and that's insane. So, and my brother's going to be out there. I haven't seen my brother in even longer, I think, and he lives in DC. He just never comes here. So I'm pretty excited. We're going to go see them very soon. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a good big Bob Ross fan. You can show your stitches. Yeah, Landon here is a tough guy. He actually cut his finger
To the bone.
to the bone a week ago on a broken bowl. Broke right in his hand and cut him to the bone. And my dad actually grew up in Wyoming. Oh, is he showing it? Here, let's put it on the close-up so we can really get a good shot of it. Let's get it in there so it focuses in on the stitches. He gets the stitches out on Wednesday. Here, turn it this way. Is it focusing? This way. There you go. Oh, there it is. Move it this way. You got it? There we go. Yeah, there it is. Oh, look at that. He was so tough when they gave him the stitches, and he's been
The only thing I wanted
trooper
after
about
that
it.
was Pokemon.
Well, yeah, see, you can pay kids off with, in the old days it was baseball cards, and today it's Pokemon cards. Right?
Should I show them all
Yeah.
my good Pokemon cards?
No.
Okay.
Because we got to get you to bed soon. But yeah, Wyoming's beautiful. New Mexico's beautiful. They're very different. Yeah, but my dad grew up in Wyoming in a small town called Hanna, Wyoming. My grandfather was the math teacher at the high school, the assistant football coach, the head basketball coach, and he was the superintendent of all the county schools. And so He worked there until he was 55 or so and always wanted to go to California. So they moved to California when my dad was 17 or so. Yeah. Cue the song Bad to the Bone. Yeah, Landon's a tough guy. He did really well considering how injured he was. There was a lot of blood and he hasn't had stitches yet. That was his first stitches. Oh, he's doing a dance there. Let's see if we can show that. Are you on the iPad there? Yeah, he wants to show you. He's figured out that I put an iPad back there. Yeah, look at that. Not a bad stitch job. Yeah. It was a physician's assistant. These days they don't want to give you an actual doctor unless you're like literally shot in the head or something. But she did a great job sewing him up. I'd love to show you my hound dog. Are we going to get Mabel here on screen? Come here, dude. Come here, dog. Come on, up. Whoa, you good dog. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Hey, this is Mabel. This is Mabel. She is a blue tick hound dog.
She
She's a good
flaps
girl.
her ears a whole bunch.
We usually don't let her jump up, but so we could get her on camera.
But it's just for the video. Just for
You
the
wanna, just for the video, because her claws are just painful. She's got these huge, sharp claws. How you doing, Mabel? How you doing? I know you miss me. You're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? He actually went in the studio. You can talk to right in there. He'll be able to hear it.
Okay.
You can talk. Don't touch it.
I know. My name is Jeff. Just making sure.
He says his name's Jeff, but it's not really true.
It's a meme.
It's an inside meme joke from some movie he likes. She's a beauty. All three of our dogs are rescues. We got them all at the Charlotte Animal Shelter, which is, Charlotte's the big city. We don't live in the big city. We live in Union County, one county over. We're about 25 minutes from downtown Charlotte. 20 minutes, on a good night where there's no traffic. But we went to the shelter to get all of our dogs. Our terrier's 15 years old and she's wonderful. She's smart and she's still ticking. She she seems old, but she's not losing it. Like there's no sign that she's dying yet or anything. She's 15. I've never had a dog that old. Then we got a Chihuahua who we also rescued from the shelter. She's more of a mix. She's kind of half Dachshund, half Chihuahua, maybe a little bit of some sort of greyhound looking. We don't know what she is. We call her Figment because she's just all kinds of things. And then Mabel here we got during the pandemic. It was the fall of 2020. I just on a whim, the kids had been holed up for so long inside. I thought I'd just go to the pound and let's see what they had. And she was less than a year old and just the most gorgeous thing I'd ever seen. And she just was so sweet. And I just said, I'm going to bring this dog home. And $6,000 later, because that's how much it costs to give her the most basic training so she didn't destroy our entire house. And also some medical bills because she got herself into trouble early on and she got a big cut like Landon had to get sewn up. Anyway, we have Mabel now and she's everybody's least favorite dog except for me. The kids, they all like the other dogs. But yeah, there's Landon. I think Landon's messing with that iPad. He's doing a puppet show. We like puppets. Like one of my things when I set up this live studio is I thought I was going to try to mess around with puppets, but you can see some of my guitars there, Randall, if you're still on with us. Figured you were in the country, but don't give your location away. People from Hamilton are notorious grifters. Did you know that I went to, so you can look it up, you can Google this later or whatever, but I went to a school in LA called the Hamilton High School Academy of Music. And it's a public school, LA City Schools, Los Angeles Unified School District, but it's kind of the Fame. There was a show called Fame back in the 80s. It's kind of the Fame of Los Angeles. It's a magnet school where they get all the best musicians and they bust them all into this school that had, when I was there were 13 music teachers, which is insane. I mean, out here, There are music teachers that literally hop from one school to another. They don't have enough music teachers to have full-time music teachers in all the schools. I can't believe it because I think that it's more important to teach kids music than almost anything. So things have changed a lot, but I went to a public school that had 13 music teachers, which was absolutely fantastic. It was called it was Hamilton High School in Los Angeles. So, named for Alexander Hamilton, the famous American politician and dueler. Notice the guitars. Hamilton used to be the richest city in Canada, and now it's one of the poorest. That's how it goes sometimes with these big cities. Yeah. Here, I'll show you a couple of my guitars that I can reach. I can reach a couple from here. I'll show you some cool ones. I've got this one. This one's really nice. It's the La Voce by Dean Zielinski. I don't know if you know Dean Zielinski. Basically, it's kind of like a Les Paul type of guitar with a little more bells and whistles. And it's got a couple... No, put that back. Put it back. Okay, you're not going to drop... I don't really trust Landon fully.
No.
Landon breaks a lot of things.
How did I break anything?
You've broken a lot of things. Just be careful. Just be careful. It freaks me out when he starts grabbing instruments. But yeah, this is a Dean Zielinski guitar. It's a really dark red, and look at how thin this guitar is. So
It's pretty heavy for its size, though.
this one is not that heavy for an electric.
Well, it's a little
It
bit.
does have a heavyweight feel to it, and it's got this Z-Glide neck. Let's get the, let me get my close-up camera back on there. It's got this Z-Glide neck on it. It's a textured, see the texture on this neck? It's really unusual, but if you go to Dean Zielinski's guitar website, he explains it, but it's a texture, and it really works. Like you can glide your hand across the neck, and it has a really cool feel to it. Really interesting guitar. Great sounding for a little tiny electric guitar. And anyway, that's the Zielinski. See, he already put the guitar back in the wrong place. It's okay, Landon. But that's why, it's because I'm so OCD and I don't like people. So here we go. This is a Yamaha Revstar. I love Yamaha. And this guitar I got for a really great price at a Guitar Center. It was used. It had one missing knob. And it's not the prettiest color. I don't know if it's brown or, I'm colorblind, but
It's black.
it's black. Okay. Maybe it's a cool color. But I just love Yamahas, and this was sitting on the Guitar Center rack for like 140 bucks. And I looked it up on my iPhone, and I think new they go for, I don't know, way more, 500, 600, 700 bucks. So I just grabbed it on a whim because I didn't have any Yamaha electric guitars. So that joined my electric collection. That wasn't too long ago. I got this guitar maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Here's my first electric guitar.
The red Elvis one.
Well, yeah, it's the cherry red American Stratocaster.
It's also famous because that's like the Elvis type.
Is it an Elvis type? I don't know if Elvis played a Stratocaster, but this is an
Well, Elvis
American-made
played like a cherry.
Stratocaster, and it's Fender's. I think it's their Fender 50th anniversary edition
This
American Strat. And
I've always wanted because Elvis actually played with this guitar, the cherry red. That's why I like it so much.
Did he play on a Fender Cherry Red?
I'm not sure, but it was a cherry red guitar just like that.
Ah, okay.
That's why I've always loved this and liked it.
Yeah, this guitar probably needs a little work. This is the guitar I used to play in my rock band. I had a rock band called Liberty back in Los Angeles, and I was the lead singer, and I played rhythm.
Choo Choo Fang, whatever.
Zuzu Fang?
Yeah.
That's a different band. I played in a number of bands. But my own band, the one I was the singer for, that was Liberty. And then here I've got my two basses here. This is the Bongo Music Man bass. It needs a setup because it's a little buzzy. But this is really sweet bass. It's got active pickups on it, and just has a really nice feel to it, to the neck. And you can look it up, the bongo. They kind of cut, usually the Music Man basses have another wing right here, but for whatever reason, for balance, they cut that off here. They call it the bongo. And I got this used on eBay for super good price. These go for like, I don't know, 2,500, 3,000 bucks. And I think I got this for 1,000 bucks. And it was in just absolute perfect condition. And then my favorite bass is kind of a rarity. This is my favorite bass, my Lotto. It weighs an absolute ton. This was made in 1982 by this guy, this Russian guy named Lotto, and it's a fretless. And I just love playing it because I've got a good ear and I don't really know how to play bass very well, but it's because it's fretless, I can always just kind of push up to the notes because I can hear the notes. Yeah.
You talked about bass, shout out Davey 504. Remember?
Yeah, Davey 504. He's pretty funny. He's on YouTube. Yeah, he actually featured me in one of his videos. But this has got like a 7-piece. It's like a 7-piece bass. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. It's nine pieces of wood put together. And there's so many different, I don't know what you call these things, switches, knobs, and they all do something. This goes like, this is 3-way. I think that's the pickups. These, you know, push in, and there's volume, there's tone. This one, it's insane. It's got all kinds of things going on in the electrics in here. But the best part is just the feel of the fretless bass. I just love this bass. This is something else. So those are the ones I can reach really quick and show you. Someday I've got to do videos where I show off all my instruments. I think people kind of like to lurk and like know about what you got. But anyway, I've got to go put Landon to bed. Russian bass looks insane. It is insane. This guy, he moved to the US and made basses, I think in like Maine or somewhere. But he had been making guitars in the Soviet Union before he defected for 20 years, but he made them on his own. He didn't even know how to make them apparently, and he's self-taught. Came here, and I think that's the Lotto, and I think it's named, I don't remember, but it's named after a bird of prey. It's like the falcon. It's the Lotto. I think it's called the Lotto Falcon 2.
Wait, so did you win the Lotto?
Huh?
Do you get it? Did you win the Lotto?
L-A-D-O, Lotto.
Oh.
Lotto. Well, you know what? Can you go grab my Les Paul and carefully bring it over here and not hit my tubas with it? Yeah.
The most expensive one?
Yeah, I want to show him that one because I think he really appreciate that one. You want me to get it?
Yeah, I think I found out how.
Ooh, hello there. What you doing? Oh, you want to go out. Everybody wants me to come out of here and help out and do the nice things that we do. You're such a good girl.
How do you do this?
You're such a nice dog. That's a good dog. Oh, dogs are my favorite. Good show. You got to go too? Well, good. All right. I'm going to shut this down. Someday I will show you. I have a Les Paul Standard that has a Koa top. That's just so cool.
Live stream?
I'll have to show you another time. But anyway, dude, wow. Whether I was Russian for Peregrine Falcon, Hayabusa in Japanese. I wonder, yeah. It's good. I'm so glad you hung out with me on my live stream. I kind of got to talk to you, kind of. It'd be cool if we could both be on a stream together, and like, that'd be kind of fun. Anyway, that's my buddy Randall from the internet. And we'll talk to you later. I'm going to sign off now. And you have a good night, Randall. I really love your videos. You're probably my favorite YouTuber these days. I think I watch every one of your posts. And I think you're really cool. And I know you started late, so you have 300 subscribers or whatnot. But who cares?
I'll have to check you out.
Even if one person hears you out and you can give them some advice or enjoy what they said, it's worth it.
What's his YouTube channel? I'll check it out.
His YouTube channel?
Yeah, I'll subscribe.
You're going to subscribe? You have your own YouTube?
Yeah.
I think it's his name. Randall
Salinger?
Salinger. I don't know if I said that right.
Okay, so I'll check you out and I'll subscribe to you.
So we will see you later. Arrivederci. Ciao. Shalom. That's how my people
See
say
ya.
it. We say shalom. It was great talking to you, Randall. Have a good night, all. Watch your video tomorrow because you seem to have them all the time.